Hello and welcome back to the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. This is Devin Grubb.
And Zach Grubb.
And today we are going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 3, The Pollwog.
Yes, and we have some stuff we got real excited to talk about, but...
That doesn't happen till the end of the episode.
Yes.
Like, the end of the
episode.
episode.
End of the episode. So, we'll just leave you in suspense there. Just let you know that we got a big bomb to drop at the very end of our episode. But this one starts with Dustin's mom being obsessed with cats and being in a Halloween cat costume.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't write that. The main thing is that Dart is introduced in this episode.
Yeah, I'm just gonna feed this random animal I found chocolate.
Nougat, specifically. He feeds him Three Musketeers because he likes Three Musketeers, and nobody else seems to like Three Musketeers.
No, Lucas was giving him shit for Three Musketeers. But, hey, the nougat still has chocolate covering. Just saying, not the best thing to feed to a random animal.
No, probably not, but it's good that he feeds him that,
Yes, it is.
Since we all know what Dart is, it's probably best that he only feeds him chocolate and it's not like eating his flesh.
Well, speaking of us knowing what Dart is, the very first clue happens almost immediately when he puts the heat lamp over him and Dart, runs away.
Yeah. But anyway, he names him D'Artagnan because of the Three Musketeers.
Yes.
And the whole thing is very Gremlins-esque.
Oh, very, very.
Season
1, they did E.T. Season 2, they did Gremlins.
Yeah. I mean, with this particular thing, like how he,
I mean, if you think about it, you actually just made a really strong comparison, because if you think of Dart's whole evolution through the show, it's kind of like a Mogwai turning into a gremlin.
Yeah, well, I mean, he even brings him into the school, what happens in
Gremlins. Yeah.
Gremlins. Yeah.
No, I actually think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. That's a really good comparison.
Thank you. Okay, and then right from there it goes to 11 is still super pissed at Hopper.
Oh yeah, not happy
for being late. And excuse me. He tries to bribe her with the whole Eggos and whipped cream thing, and she's just
not having it.
He also knows that she has been visiting Mike through her powers and everything, and they get into a huge fight, and she tells him, the whole friends don't lie.
Hop's trying his best.
He's trying so hard, but
he's trying to be a father figure, and she's not getting it. She just sees him as another friend. Friends don't lie. She's not understanding that, no, Hopper isn't just your friend. He's not just taking care of you. He's trying to be a father
your dad,
figure.
Right?
And Hop's out a step. It's been a while since he's had to be that. He's trying his best.
And she doesn't know really what it's like to have a dad.
Not a real one.
Not a real one. She's only ever had Papa, so she doesn't really know.
Yeah.
Either. She, in a sense, it's she's kind of like a toddler. She's testing her waters to see what she can and can't do, and because Hop is so out of touch with being a dad right now, he doesn't know how to approach it. Also, She has powers, which makes things a little bit more difficult.
But we'll talk
about that later.
We also got a scene from the end of Season 1 where Hop puts the Eggos into the box. We get to see that from 11's perspective.
Is that this episode?
It is. It was actually right before that scene. So 11 was watching him as he puts the Eggos in the box, and she shows herself. So to me, this seems like a retcon, because they realized what they wanted to do with Season 2 after Season 1 ended, and they were like, oh, right, but we had Hop, put the Eggos in a box.
Yeah.
We have to make that make sense. So it's oh, she found him while he was doing that. I don't think it really works, because the whole point of him putting those Eggos in that box kind of plays as if he knew that she was out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they play it off oh, I'm shocked. I didn't know you were here. I was just placing these Eggos in this box just in case. It's very weird. I will say, I think that's the last time in Season 2 that they're closing up loose ends, and it doesn't feel natural. I don't think we get any more of that from here on.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I have things out of order, so if you want to put what you...
Well, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Bob gives Will a ride to school after that, and the man is too good for this world. Like, he's too pure. I think this is what he tells him about the clown, right?
Yeah.
What was the name?
I don't remember what the name was, but he just, what basically tells him to, like...
Go away.
Tell it to go away. Oh,
and he never had a nightmare again.
No. So that totally correlates to your problems, Will.
Well, hey, again, a struggling father figure doing his best, trying to help a kid who's, not really his, but he wants to be part of his life, and
he means well.
Bob Newby is trying real hard.
He means well, and to somebody, to somebody who is on the outside of that situation, doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, that works then.
Absolutely. It's going to drive me crazy.
You're looking it up right now?
Yeah, I need to know what the name of this clown was.
All right, well, while you do that, I'm going to talk about So Dustin has some stellar lines each season. He has his line about, why are you leaving this door of curiosity locked? Yeah. She's our friend and she's crazy. Well, here we have a beautiful line. He goes to the library to check out books about Dart, and apparently he's got some overdue books, so the librarian won't let him take out more books, and he says, I am on a curiosity voyage, and I need these paddles to travel. I need my paddles.
Can I tell you the best thing about that line?
What?
Is I literally wrote down in my notes, Dustin's curiosity voyage. Just ask Devin.
Because I write down everything that has to do with Dustin.
Yes. I knew you would be able to get into that.
He's my little buns. He's my little dusty buns.
Oh my, I am an idiot.
What? You wrote down the name?
My literal next note is about Mr. Baldo the Clown. The terrifying clown story.
Of course.
Bob trying to help Will. Easy peasy.
Of course. I didn't get into that.
Yeah, terrible advice in hindsight. Also, I will say, maybe this wasn't intentional. I probably wasn't, but, given the time period that the show takes place in, and, Sean Astin's history in film, I know he wasn't in it, but it's very funny to me that he's got, like, a killer clown in his dreams coming after him. Mm-mm. And also, Mike goes on to be in It.
Yeah.
Like Finn Wolfhard was in It. So, I don't know. Creepy clowns, they just kind of tie their way into everything during that time period, don't they?
Yeah, the original It was not out yet.
No.
With this.
No, but it takes place in this time, doesn't it?
Yes.
The 80s?
Is it the 80s?
Is it?
I don't know. Don't quote us on that.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not sure. It's been a little bit. I don't know, but
Creepy clowns.
Yeah.
They never stop being scary.
I guess it would be the 80s. The new one maybe, because that would put when they're adults, that would put So sure.
Let's say sure. There's they come back to school and they do the Phineas Gage story, which I always thought was really interesting. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of us learned about this in science classes when we're younger, but...
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You never learned about this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No idea.
So it's a guy who worked at a train yard, and he ended up getting a crowbar through his skull, and he lived, but it hit him in a part of it, like, it was wedged in his skull, and I think there's a piece that they never actually got out, and it was in his brain, and his entire personality changed because of it. Mm. Like, he was literally a different person. And what I thought was so cool about that is the way it juxtaposes what's about to happen to Will. Like,
yeah,
he also suffers a great trauma, and it literally turns him into someone else to a certain extent. Like, it takes away his agency.
He's possessed by it, but that's, I guess, yeah.
I feel like they wouldn't have used that story if they weren't pointing towards something. You know what I mean?
Well, no, yeah. It's definitely like a foreshadowing of what's to come.
Yeah.
Obviously, because Will does become a different person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as it goes. It's actually in this episode. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of random notes after this about stuff happening. I don't know if you have anything more cohesive.
Well, the next thing I talk about is the flashback to Hopper bringing 11 to the cabin and, like, basically telling her that it's her new home. I said that he's instant dad. They clean up the cabin.
Yeah.
He teaches her Morse code. They set traps together.
He does the little dad dance when he puts on his music. He's like, this is music.
Right.
I'm like, all right, Hop.
I did write down his rules. There were 3 of them, right? Yeah. Always keep the curtain drawn. Open the door only for his secret knock, and don't go out alone, especially during the day.
Yep, because we're not stupid. And he learned to make tripwires and
Nam. Lucas.
Lucas.
Also, side note, literally on the side, we cannot wait to see David Harbour as Santa Claus.
That's going to be so much fun. Oh my god.
If you haven't seen the trailer for this movie yet, you need to watch it because it looks fantastic. Also, John Leguizamo is the bad guy.
I'm really enjoying John Leguizamo being in film again. Like, every time he shows up, it's a delight.
This movie just looks ridiculous in the best way possible.
It's going to be so much fun. I don't think we're going to break our theater rule because we haven't been to a theater in a long time, but
no, we haven't.
I do want to see it as soon as I possibly can.
We haven't been to the theater since March of 2020, and we saw Onward.
That was a good movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
That was the last movie we saw.
This is an Onward appreciation space. So after Hop and 11, we have the homoerotic basketball showdown.
I hate him so much.
She's talking about Billy, not Steve. We love Steve. We really love Steve.
I'm going to apologize now because I'm going to say it every time he gets brought up in our conversation. I hate Billy. I'm sorry for anybody who likes him.
Yeah, all you Billy stands
I understand that, you know, he sacrificed himself for at the end of season 3. However, I have some thoughts on that, but we'll get to that in season 3. I think we did already talk about it, but we'll go in more depth of that with season 3. I don't like him. I don't think that what that did redeems anything else. I digress. You all know I dislike Billy, so when my words about Billy are laced with hatred, you know why.
So Nancy remembers nothing about being a jerk to Steve. She thinks Steve is in the wrong for being mad at her. He
throws her words back at her.
He does.
He's like, well, I'm sick of your bullshit.
Yeah. He also says Steve saw, like, he says that Jonathan took her home. He doesn't tell her that he asked Jonathan to take her home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes up later, but whatever. Point is, Steve in the end,
still
still looking out for her, but like he, rightfully is angry. He should be.
Mm-hmm.
So then Dustin brings Dart to school.
Yeah.
And he shows everybody. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna name it something." And
Will immediately knows that Dart is from the Upside Down because he coughed it up.
Yeah,
well, not terrified. Him, but he coughed something like Dart up.
Well, no, he did cough Dart up.
Well, he didn't cough. It wasn't Dart.
It was Dart.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Because all the other Demodogs come from the tunnels. Mm-hmm. The only one that was actually above ground was Dart.
I don't know that it's Dart. Or that he coughed up Dart. The thing survived for an entire year?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, definitely. Are you kidding me?
I don't think it's supposed to be the same thing.
I absolutely think Dart is supposed to be the same one.
I think it's supposed to be similar. He coughed that up Thanksgiving the year before, and now we're at Halloween the following year.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think it would have survived.
I think it takes that long for them to go from slug to bipedal. Because think about it. All of the other ones are at the same level of development as Dart, and they all had to have been born around the same time. Because they would have come out of the people who died. The only reason Will's came out of him in the real world, or not upside down, is because he made it out. All the other Demodogs crawled out of the dead people. So they are the same age as Dart.
I'm gonna just leave it as we're gonna agree to disagree with that one, because I really don't know that if that's something that you want to look up. Prove me wrong. Sure.
I'm not trying to prove anybody wrong. I just think it's the only thing that makes sense.
I mean, it does make sense. I just don't know that it would. I personally don't know that it would survive, but that's just my thought process.
Yeah, I get you. So yeah. I personally think that is Dart, and that's why that connection is made so quickly, because it was literally inside of him.
It also makes a noise that he recognizes.
Exactly.
Too. Well, they're noises that he heard in the Upside Down.
Right.
So, obviously, it would cause some concern.
Mm-hmm.
And because Max is in there with them, he can't exactly be like, this is what that is.
Yeah, he can't tell them what's going on.
Yeah. What? Okay, I have, Bob, sweet, sweet Bob. Why?
Oh, because we have the scene with Bob talking to Joyce. They're on their lunch break together.
Okay.
And it really shows that he is really in love with her and the family, and he sees a lot of himself in Will. And they actually show you that in the comic that we're going to talk about at the end of season 2. I've got it next to me, the Tomb of Yubwen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically all about Will following a treasure map left behind by Bob when he was a kid.
Okay.
And it really does show you how if Bob was a kid when all the others were, he would have been part of this group. Like, he might have been their leader. It's very Goonies.
Of course it is, because it's Sean Astin.
It's his time.
It's his time. Oh my god, it's his time down here.
And I think Bob says it all works out in the end, and it's like, no, it doesn't, buddy. I'm sorry.
Well, we didn't know that yet.
Honestly, that even watching it initially, I was like, Bob just sealed his fate.
He sealed his fate.
You don't say that.
Yeah.
We do go back to the lab. They think their controlled burns are actually controlling things.
Yeah, because they're trying to keep the Upside Down from leaking out.
Yeah,
basically, and it's not working.
But they don't know that.
No.
They think these regular burns that they do of the portal is helping, but the portal's just tunneling underneath of them now.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's causing, the dead pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is where after that is when you find out that Steve asked Jonathan to take Nancy home.
Yeah.
I put, sorry I doubted you, Steve. And then we have another flashback to Hopper and 11. And Hopper, I have a question for you. What depressing literature are you reading, 11? That is not a bedtime story. I don't know what he's reading her, but it's not friendly.
I feel like we really should have looked it up before getting into this, because I remember thinking the same thing. I was like, dude, this is some dark subject matter for a kid.
It's like
why are you getting into
war
this?
Stories or something.
Yeah, it was rough. I was like, geez, man, this kid's not traumatized enough. You're gonna get no, thank you. Oh, and then he lies to her about her mom.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well, he tells her she's gone.
Yeah.
Right?
He doesn't tell her. He doesn't say she's dead.
No. So, I mean, I guess it, like, in all, intents and purposes, she is gone.
Yeah.
Her mind is not there. But 11 takes it to being that she's dead.
Right. And I think
because
that's
she doesn't know.
Yeah, I think that's something that Hop would have told her eventually, like when she was older. That was probably his plan.
Yeah.
But you don't keep things from the kid with superpowers. You know what I mean?
He might not have, too, to keep her safe.
Maybe.
To keep her from going and doing exactly what she does.
I'd like to think that at some point when he felt she was mature enough, Hop would let her in on the whole situation. But, there's no way to know, because that's not the way things shake out.
Yeah.
I thought Joyce trying to use a video camera was hilarious. Like her trying to figure out coax cables.
Having to calling Bob at work.
Yeah, and Bob's like, yeah, so you take the coax cable, you plug that in here, then you move it into the coax area behind the TV. And she's like, Bob, speak English. And I'm like, he was. And then I'm like, oh, wait, no.
Yeah, because
I'm weird.
I wouldn't have known that at all.
No, my years of like doing TV studio stuff in high school and like hooking up game systems every day. Yeah, that's why I know that. No, me and Bob are the weird ones.
But that gives us a really, 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 like, big reveal scene. So Joyce watches the tape from Halloween, and, you know, obviously she sees the kids picking on Will, which is really upsetting. And then she pauses it because in the sky, she can see what looks like a shadow of the Mind Flayer, or
like the camera catches its outline.
The camera catches the outline, and the outline is literally, she knows the outline because Will has drawn it.
And he's like, no, it's for a story.
Right, and then it's the exact same thing. Which is, it's so cool. Like, watching it the first time, we were like, oh my god! And even watching it again this time, we were like, oh my god!
It was a really cool effect.
Like, it's really, really cool. And you want to, and it makes, like, why? Why is it able to be caught on camera?
It's got to be that electronics situation that they never really fully explain. Like, something about electronics doesn't play well, or plays well with the Upside Down, so they can interact with each other. I think if we had this happening in today's time, we'd have straight up cameras that could show us the Upside Down. It would be like a horror movie where if, like, you hold your camcorder in your right hand, you can see the Upside Down while you're in the right side up. It's like the kind of stuff we'd be seeing if we saw Stranger Things and taking place in the 2020s. I'd be up for that. I think it'd make a good video game.
It would be a good video game. Yeah, like a good VR game.
Oh god. Yeah. Oh. Yes.
Make that happen.
Speaking of which,
oh yeah,
they did announce a VR Stranger Things coming in 2023, I think.
They did. Yes, they did. That was part of Stranger Things Day. I think we mentioned that briefly in our little mini episode.
I'm very hype about that. I need to know more. I need to see more. I'm gonna try to keep myself in check until they actually give us a real trailer. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
It's really cool though.
It is. It really is. So we get back to school. Mike leading the gang after Will tells him what's actually going on with Dart, like what Dart is, and they talk a little bit about true sight.
Yep.
And D&D and like seeing into the ethereal plane.
Because Will has powers developing.
Yes, absolutely. I don't remember if we got into this or not.
No, I didn't in my notes. I don't think we talked about it before. So.
Okay. So I personally think that Will doesn't just have true sight. I think he has the eye of Vecna.
You mentioned it briefly, so can explain. What is that?
So I probably can't explain it too well, but in D&D, Vecna is missing an eye and a hand. The eye of Vecna is an item that allows you to like see through different planes and like, I'm probably butchering this description, but the point is, if you go and read like the source books on the Eye of Vecna, it lines up really well with what Will is able to do. And I just think this idea of true sight or the Eye of Vecna just plays more heavily into Vecna and Will are connected already.
Yeah, which we've been talking about from the get-go.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like, so. I wouldn't be surprised if it's revealed that they were connected the moment he fell into the Upside Down. Yeah. We do also see Dark get his legs,
right? And that's another Gremlins thing, because I said even the music was very like Gremlins-esque when he sprouted like the dun 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 dun.
Very much so.
Very much Gremlins like, which is just cool. I love that they do. You know, like shout outs to 80s movies and stuff. It's very cool. The lab is monitoring the phone calls at the Wheelers. What is that about?
Wait, who's phone? The lab? Oh, the lab's monitoring everybody.
No, now I know what it is. Now I know what it is. Nancy and Jonathan they call Barb's mom.
Yeah.
To set up a meeting.
I mean, that aside, they're going to be on top of them because Mike didn't give up 11. They think they're going to make contact at some point, so they're going to be sitting in on all of the phone calls from that house.
Yeah, that's true. And then 11 goes out on her own
to find Mike.
She gets noticed by seen by a mother and her daughter which does not bode well for her later on.
Yeah. And then she and Mike just keep missing each other.
Yep.
Like they keep almost passing each other and not quite making it. And Mike has his whole conversation with Max about, like, oh, you're not part of the party.
Right.
She's like, oh, I could be your Zoomer. He's like, that doesn't exist. And yeah, he's technically right. Who cares? I just think it's very funny that 11 gets so jealous of Max when Mike clearly cannot stand her.
Right. Mike's not a fan, but 11 can't see that. Like, she's, like, laughing and stuff, so she's just jealous.
Yeah.
This is all they're all looking for Dart at this particular point in time. I feel like I needed to preface to put that in because my next note...
Context.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all looking for Dart right now.
Oh, and Mike knows immediately that 11 was the one who pulled Max off her board.
Yeah, because Max describes it as like a magnet.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mike just perks up.
Yeah.
So he knows.
It's so sad that they just keep missing each other. It's sad.
Yeah. But you were going to say something about Dart, right?
Well, because if you have anything else to put, then go for it. Because what I'm going to say is, like, the big deal with Will.
I think there's one little scene between that. I just wanted to say, like, Dart really does trust Dustin, which I thought was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, yeah, we'll go into yours.
So Will finds Dart, and he winds up having another vision. And he, like, he runs out of the school or whatever, and this time he takes Bob's advice. And he tells the Mind Flayer to go away, listening to Bob, listening to his father figure, and it backfires, and the Mind Flayer literally takes him over, like, goes inside of him.
Every, like, inch of his body, the Mind Flayer is, like, going into him.
Yeah. So it didn't really work that well for him there.
Nope.
No. Yeah.
And this, I just want to point out that this episode has actually been kind of short. Not the episode of Stranger Things, this episode of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And I think part of that is because we've been so eager to get to this last point.
We watched this episode like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago.
Yeah,
we watched this episode a week and a half ago, and we've watched other episodes since. But like, I have been so excited to mention this little thing because when it happened, I noticed it before you did, and I lost my mind. So the episode ends with the Mind Flayer, going into Will, taking Will over, and then it goes to black. And while the credits are rolling, it is evident that this is what you are hearing. You hear the chimes of a grandfather clock.
The exact noise, the exact chimes that they use in season 4.
But they're not exact because when they're in season 4, they're like old and it's like the clock needs to be tuned a little bit.
It's slightly distorted.
It's more distorted in season 4.
That's what I'm saying. It's the exact same chime without the distortion effect.
Right. It's like, I heard it immediately and I want to say like I hit you and I was like, that's a grandfather clock. Like I was so excited. Like I'm still excited. I'm having trouble articulating. Like
it's really cool to find this going back into season 2, episode 3 of season 2. And I don't think this is an instance of, oh, hey, let's call back that, sound that we made at the end of season 2, episode 3 for season 4. No, this was intentional.
It has to be. It has to be.
It has to be intentional because, again, it's the same chime. It's just missing the distortion.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Exact same tone, exact same intonation. It just doesn't have that fade out distortion that came in season 4.
Like that when it chimes.
And there's no other context in which it makes sense. A grandfather clock going off at the end of this episode means nothing.
Right.
It means literally nothing. There has been no grandfather clocks. There's been no instance of it.
Of time ticking away.
Time ticking away. There's been no reason for this sound to be in this episode. That said, I just thought of something a little, not concerning, but I just thought of something, and it would be really cool if we could find a way to confirm this.
What?
Was that sound there when it aired?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't remember.
But here's the thing. It could have been. We're not going to pay attention to that when we're watching
that's
it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Are the Duffers banking on us being like, I didn't notice that the first time? Do you know what I mean? I would be interested in seeing if we can find some kind of old version of the show, like an old YouTube video or something, where they have that, or like an old bootleg. Yeah. Just to make sure that it's there, and that it wasn't added after the fact.
I really don't think it would have been added after the fact. I really don't.
Oh, they're sneaky. They're so sneaky.
I know they're sneaky, but I really don't think that it would. I think it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
I think it was done on purpose to solidify that connection.
Yep.
He is
2 seasons before they were ready to reveal it.
He is being directly connected to Vecna at that particular moment, because the Mind Flayer is taking him over, and we already know that Vecna controls the Mind Flayer.
Yep.
So he is directly being taken over by that entity, and
he is becoming part of the hive mind that Vecna is in control of.
That Vecna is in control of, and Vecna's sound is the grandfather clock.
That's the chime.
The chiming of it. Mm-hmm. So I really do think that was
intentional.
That was definitely intentional. And then because it's so distorted, it shows time passing when it's distorted in season 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, okay, this is a new thing. This is Vecna and his new.
Right, we're ticking closer to the doomsday clock.
Right, he's like, okay, I'm testing my waters. I'm seeing what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's normal, and then as time progresses, he has to try other things, and then it's it's more
getting more desperate,
it's more distorted, it's older sounding.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was just such a cool thing.
It was really cool, like especially because of it's why we're doing this. We go back to see if there's ties,
if there's connections and ties,
and to hear that at the end of the episode when. We didn't see that coming.
Well, no, we weren't expecting it. Like, I mean, we were going to turn it off. Like, we would have just turned it off and gone to the next episode. Like, there wasn't a song. Like, I've been trying to make connections between, with, like, the music and stuff that's being used, the songs that are used. It was just an end of an episode. We were just going to be like, okay, yeah, that's the end of episode 3. Let's call it a night. And then you hear the bong.
Yep.
And it continues to just sound, it's like a bong, click, like tick tock, like and that it was so blatant.
Yeah. So, I guess that's probably where we should end off this episode. It's a shorter one, but I feel like that reveal is worth, the way we kind of moved through. Because really, I feel like in episodes 4 and 5, we actually find a lot of little connections, a lot of things to talk about.
Well, and episode 4 is a big episode, and episode 5 is a big episode, I feel like. So,
but this one just, the main thing, the main takeaway for our little project here is that, yes, that is the same chime from season 4. It is.
Go back and listen to it. Like, go back and just listen.
And hey, if you disagree, hit us up on Instagram.
Let us know on Instagram.
We're going to keep shilling
at
for Instagram.
Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I posted a story today with a question asking what you all thought the theories were. Well, I should say this is going to air on what, Sunday?
Next Sunday?
No, this Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yeah, this is going to air on the Sunday's date.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so on November 9th, I posted a story about what your theories for season 5 were. Nobody responded. So I'm going to keep pushing the Instagram.
You're going to make her
DM
sad,
us.
guys. Come on.
Slip into our DMs.
Don't say that. don't say that.
Why?
Don't say that. I feel like you don't know the internet well enough to know the context behind saying that.
How many social media accounts do I run for you?
That's not the same thing. is not the same thing. All right, but signing off from the Hawkins Hellfire Collective, Zach Grubb,
Devin Grubb, Dusty Buns gets it done.